A 6'5" sophomore, number 35, Boston Peterson. For the Scots, a junior, number 2, Cooper Young. For Harding, a 5'2", 5'10" junior, number 1, Logan Pratt. For Highland, sophomore, number 4, Owen Wendell. For the Presidents, a 6'3" senior, number 4, Alex Stokes. For the Red and Blue, a senior, number 12, Aaron West. For the Red and Black, a senior, 6'2", number 24, for the Scots, a senior, number 20, Ranger Steck. For the Prepsies, a 6'2" senior, number 0, Marquise Long.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are back here at Marion Harding High School for a Harding High School telecom production of boys basketball in the MOAC Conference. We are here watching the Prexies of Marion Harding and the Scots of Highland. I'm Scott Cameron, and to my right is
Taylor Sabo.
Yeah. So Taylor's joining me tonight because I don't have any other friends. I was desperate, and Taylor answered the call. Thank you.
You want to know, I just want to say I'm like Ricky Bobby right now. I'm very excited. I just don't know what to do with my hands.
I understand. So starting off here, quick 2 points for Aaron West. And just like that, Highland coming in here with a 1-12 record, 0-8 in the conference. Not particularly the strongest of years for their basketball team, but even though it may seem a little bit like a David and Goliath for Harding coming in here 11-3-7-2 in the conference, you know, who are the? I know you said you know Coach Stover for Highland, right?
I do know Coach Stover. Coached under him for a few years. He moved over this year and in a transition year a little bit, but he knows he's got a young team and they're trying to figure it out slowly, surely. I know in a few years I think he'll be able to get that done.
And I think that's part of the, you know, when I grew up playing in Knox County, Hoying brothers, and they were there, and so Highland's just a little bit on a down Spartan. Can anyone finish? Yeah, there we go. Marquise Long. Highland already takes a timeout in under 1 minute, a 30-second timeout, so we'll go ahead and stay here, and I know Marquise Long, he is 5th in rebounds in the conference, and he just kind of padded his stats right there, 7.5 per game. But so Taylor, what do you see so far here? Why do you think Highland called timeout?
You know, that's Coach Stover special. Sometimes quick teams, they run it out fast on him. He has to calm him down a little bit. Just kind of what he does, and some things never change. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. You know what they say? Yeah,
and it looked like they were issues that need to be corrected immediately before it gets away from them. And here's the thing. Harding beat Highland by 20 up at their place in early December. But these two teams generally play some pretty physical basketball. So we'll see what happens. And I think you're right. Coach Stover saw some stuff he wanted to correct before it got out of hand. So long pass from Dyer to Long. Long goes up at the block, gets it to fall for 2.
I will say this about Coach Stover real quick. So he always wants to play fast, play physical, speed it up, try to play very similar to how Harding does, how Shelby does. Worked the last few years at Gallion for him, not working so much right now. But I talked to Coach Stover before the game, asked him what the game plan was. He hit me with score more points than the other team.
It's very Jim Harbaugh. Yeah, I know. It's an exact science as Nauman's getting ready to check in for the Scots. And Winkelfoos put in 2, making a 6-4 game for the Prexies. Ball brought up there by Rogers. Rogers gave the ball up. And up the floor comes Winkelfoos, speaking of. And over to Rogers, gets it to fall. And I tell you, Ranger Steck, and here Coach Pearson seeing something needs corrected. And it's a 30-second timeout. A little bit of a chess match there, huh, Mr. Sabo?
Chess, not checkers, buddy.
So I think both teams have seen some things that need to be changed, and so both coaches have taken some appropriate timeouts. 30-second timeout early on, not going to hurt anything. But I would say, number 20 for Highland, Ranger Steck, he's a scrappy little guard. Sometimes you might think he's faking being injured or something, but he's scrappy, and he's hard to defend. He's hard to get around. You know, he just plays like he's undersized, and I really like his gumption that he has. He's taking on Thrapp right there, who by the way is first in assists in the conference, and not afraid. And Boston Pearson knocks in another 2. That's his 4th point of the game.
Danger Ranger for Highland over there. Yeah, he's been playing for them a long time, and you're right. He plays scrappy. He's a small little cat, but he's got a big heart like a big dog.
Exactly, and that I enjoy watching him play.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, Danger Ranger.
Danger Ranger.
All right, there you go. Coming up with the nicknames. Goodness gracious. Well, as long as they rhyme, you're in good shape.
There's your scrappiness for you.
I'm just waiting for you to make a rhyming scheme with Marquise.
We'll figure it out later on through.
Okay. You're going through the alphabet right now.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of Ranger, that's blocked by Boston. And the ball is lying on the ground, picked up by Rogers, down to the block, put in by Ranger. There you go. Putting it in amongst the trees as Thrapp brings the ball down the court, finds Pearson on the block, turns around, can't get the old-fashioned three-point play. He'll get the 2 free throws. And one thing that Boston really does well, he is very fundamental. He played guard last year, mainly for JV, so he has the ability to he has the ability to ball handle and do things that you would not find. That's in what you would consider modern basketball, right? With the flex and everything like that, Mr. Sabo.
Yeah, and he's filled into his body. You know, different size than what he kind of had last year, and he's found his role, and he's done really well with the last 2 games. You know, we had the Shelby game the other day, and he was one of the bright spots throughout the night for him.
Yeah, you and I both went to that Shelby game. Not the best defensive rebounding thing you've ever seen, right?
Correct. Yeah.
That was a struggle bus for Harding. That was kind of supposed to be a big busting through opportunity for the Presidents, and they didn't play bad. They just did not play well on the board, and it showed.
Well enough to beat a very, very, very good Shelby team. Obviously, the standard in the conference for the last few years, standard in Division II, Region 9, I believe they are in. But they played well. They played better than a lot of teams do against them. Just like you said, the rebounding and
the length that they have, it's hard to overcome.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
That's kind of what got him. So initially, long rebound by Park Ryden results in Boston getting another 2. Long overlap pass to Nauman. Nauman will bring it back out to Brooks. Brooks drives to the right, gives it off to Young. Young gives it off to Winkelfoos, who shoots it way off the mark, and Rogers' attempt to save ends up in the paint.
That is what you call an air ball?
Yeah, it is what you call an air ball, but I wasn't going to do the chant.
Professional over here, buddy.
That's right. Well, just so you know, and Mr. Mullins will back me up on this, I did have the most unprofessional moment on camera this year when I ate into the microphone.
They showed your face?
No. But I was really hungry, and the pizza was for 2 for $1. So who might have denied such a thing?
Where are you doing broadcast at? The pizzas are 2 for $1.
It was here. It was a heck of a deal. See what I'm saying? Ball off the mark. Katie couldn't get the tip in. And, Trey Katie's kind of playing through a little bit of a sore hip. And he's kind of played a limited role in some action, and that is,
Trey was kind of one of those bright spots that Shelby in the night. Played very aggressive. Had some shots that maybe a little unwarranted that kind of seemed forced that the coach doesn't want. But you like to see him being aggressive, come back from, missing some time. Hopefully helps him get in the groove for this evening.
And, speaking of physical, there was a physical screen there by Boston. We saw a couple screens in Shelby that were called fouls. And I don't know if that's a point of interest. It's Trey Katie. Nice little tip.
That was specialty from the other night. He had, 4 or 6 points off of rebounds.
Yeah, just
tipping
tipping.
Right back in.
Just nice tips like that. So, nice left, but can't get the finish was Brooks. And that's a travel. Poor elbows. He's rubbing his elbows, go back. He's, after about 5 seconds, that adrenaline wears off, and you're like, that kind of hurts. Parker Iden bringing the ball down the court. Highland setting into a man defense. Iden dribbling around the 45. Scoop bounce pass to Boston up top, or to Dyer, who goes to the top of the key, drives in the right block, pulls up, puts in 2 points. And I know you and I have talked about Dyer's ability to play, his ability to shoot. Just solid all-around player. Yep, that's a nice charge.
You know what I say about the charge? Charge is the greatest play in basketball. Better than a breakaway, fast break dunk. I mean, a charge is all momentum, changes the game completely. Back in the day when I was a coach, we did McChickens for McCharges. You took a charge, Coach Sabo bought you a McChicken.
Well, and here's the other thing. That's Nauman's second foul, and they're both offensive fouls. Right? Because the one was a screen, and so the offensive foul, taking a charge, it builds apprehension into the other team. It makes them second guess going towards that. Katie pulls up for a 3, and that looked good right from the let-go. Katie with his 5th point of the evening. Ranger bringing the ball down the court. Iden should have been called for a foul.
Right, that's one. Just take it for the layup. Do it yourself.
Yep.
I know we're trying to play unselfish, but sometimes you got to take matters into your own hands.
Yeah. And Iden, the ball don't lie. Iden should have been called for the foul, and here we are, right?
Marion, foul number 24, Brooklyn Dyer. That's his first, team's first.
And, he's going to be taking it out from the paint underneath the basket. Thrapp checks into the game for Marquise Long. This is your chance to make a rhyming name for Marquise.
I'll have it ready for you when he goes back in.
DeBreeze, Marquise DeBreeze.
I was going to say Marquise, never wrong at basketball long.
Iden with the Scooney Penn floater. Nice rebound by Rogers, but that was a nice look there by Iden. And Stokes is going to get his foul. And, Taylor, we frequently talk on here about how the 5 fouls changes the game. 5 fouls, you start shooting 2 free throws. Yep. And I've seen it change some games, but I've seen it also do nothing to a game. And it's an interesting rule change that happened this year, and I'm sure eventually they're going to have some other ones. Is that long 3 careens out of bounds to the corner? But how long do you think it'll be till we get a shot clock?
I think the next 5 years. And that one I could understand. I don't hate the idea of a shot clock in high school. I do not like this foul rule very much. I just think that it has completely changed the mindset of coaches when it comes to fouling at certain times and the way it works with it. I'm not a big fan of it, but just like any rule that you don't have a say in, you got to adjust to it. Just like when they had the shot clock in a few years, it'll be something we have to adjust to.
Is it a little bit like when they changed the onside kick rules? It just made it harder to come back. You know what I mean? Absolutely. It's something like that. So long.
And especially in high school basketball, that rule works for the NBA. But even college basketball, with the 2 halves that they have, like the rules are different, and it's okay to be different because it's a whole different league. So high school basketball, to have it the way that it was, I think was a good thing for be able to help comebacks or preserve leads. Whereas now it changes the mindset for coaches. And you're right, hasn't affected a lot of games in certain ways, but certain games it certainly has.
Dyer with the steal, bringing back down to Thrapp, and gets the opportunity for the old-fashioned and one, old-fashioned three-pointer. And some other subs coming in. Yeah, I do know the shot clock is already in an NFHS rule book. So, yeah, I'm saying 3 years. Ooh, nice tip by Boston. Couldn't get to go. Alex kind of got stuck there in between two guys, sandwiched.
The only thing shot clock-wise that will definitely have an effect on whether it comes in play or not is...
Oh! That was... That should have been a foul.
You can do that. You can do that being
when
up 14,
you're tough to.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, I think if we would have tried something like that, we would have been pulled out and be like, "You're done for a quarter."
You are. maybe even the game, depending on how you are. But anyway, back to the shot clock thing. I think it just depends on, hey, how are schools going to get that installed in? You know, if you're a school, do you want to pay for that? If it's done for you, maybe something that expedites, but.
It's a cost.
Yep.
So, all right, folks, we're going to take a little bit of a break. We'll be back for the second quarter action of Harding High School versus the Highland Spartans.
They will increase a respect for the role of the U.S. Armed Forces in support of national objectives. They will develop a knowledge of team-building skills and basic military skills. In addition, anyone taking the 1 to 3 years of this course grants cadets the ability to rank higher should they pursue a military career pathway. For more information, contact your guidance counselor or see Lieutenant Colonel Espinoza in room 234. Global logistics is the process of managing the flow of resources or goods between businesses and the consumers. In addition, global logistics analyzes the acquisition of goods, how the goods are stored, and the methods of transporting the goods within a supply chain. At Harding High School, we are proud to offer a 2-year class.
And we're back here at Marion Harding High School with the Scots of Highland. Scots, not the Spartans. Playing the Marion Harding Presidents 24-8 after quarter one. Huh? It's, Yes, but you have to pay for it. It'll be on YouTube tomorrow. He knows it.
Well, Monday.
Yeah, he knows it. What is it, JJ Huddle or what is it?
There's a link on the Athletic Boosters Facebook page.
Okay. Sorry, folks. We had a little bit of a patronage question. Did I miss anything?
Just some dribble, pass.
Dribble, yeah.
Turnover.
There we go. Stokes with the steal. Or to Long. Long lays it in for an easy deuce.
Definitely a different performance from Long tonight compared to what we saw the other night with them playing a little bit more aggressive, attacking the rim.
Yeah,
and it's led to a big lead for Harding.
I agree. It almost was like Long was too tight in how he played against Shelby. He was not as I didn't think he was like as free to be athletic and make athletic things, you know. So, and we got a line change like a hockey game for their Highland Scots. A little bit of it was like a hockey lineup there. Taylor, that was all 5 guys, so hoping for some different luck. Long three off the mark.
You're getting 5 guys that want some french fries with it.
That's right. And you pay a lot of money, but you get a lot of food.
Heck yeah, you do.
Long for the 3. Creans off the back. Rebounded by Highland. Reichenbach dribbling down, being pressed by Katie. And now taken over by Dyer. Over to the 45 is Nauman. Nauman looking around. Motion offense. Low ball screen. Swinging it up. Back around to Reichenbach. Over to West. West over to the corner. Finds Rogers. Looking up. Ooh, nice pass at the elbow. Didn't really take the lane open. Puts up a 15-foot shot off the mark. And that was kind of a weird it's it's funny. Reffing is not an exact science. I ref stuff. Sometimes it's like, well, do you want the foul or do you want the ball, to go the other way? Now it's a situation where Trey was probably a little poked and it went off him, but just give Harding the ball.
Refs have a hard job. I'll give
it
that.
Is.
Sometimes relationships with refs can be a little weary.
How many technicals have you gotten, Mr. Sabo? Taylor the technical? Technical Taylor?
Had a few in my coaching days. Probably more than 10.
Ooh, nice long shot there by Reichenbach, coming up off the bench, junior guard.
More than 10, less than 20. 2 in one game one time. Didn't have the opportunity to get 3.
Yeah, and that happens. Ooh, Pearson being double teamed at the top of the key.
Good pass.
Finds Thrapp.
Ooh.
Off the mark. Rebound by Long. Nice.
That's a great rebound. Rebounds that they just didn't get the other night.
Well, and again, it's just, unless people have seen Shelby play in person, when you see them walk out on the floor, you're like, how in the world do they have 4 guys over 6'5"? It's just crazy, and you just don't see that at small schools like that very often. And not only are they tall, but they're basically like a 3-man, and it's hard to defend. It's hard to rebound against, and as Boston Pearson knocks down the first one, and so now we weren't getting all these rebounds against Shelby, but we're getting them now with just a lesser height from Highland. Second one off the mark, but tipped in by Marquise Long.
Yeah, there's just something in the water over in Shelby that they just got a lot of really tall athletes right now, and their system, their program is, like I said, the crop of the MOAC. But I think Harding played really well against them overall. Just couldn't get it done in the end. But they really have had a good season so far. 3 losses total, like you said.
Yeah.
Have an opportunity to really fight to be that second best team in the conference, and the MOAC, when you got teams like River Valley that can win in any single night. Pleasant with the rivalry that you're going to have. Even teams on the up and rise like Gallion, like Clear Fork, it's never a night you can take off. And to be number 2 in this loaded conference, especially in basketball, it's something to take a lot of pride in.
And Iden originally was called for a foul, but got a steal, couldn't finish. And Alex Stokes was trying to put in his shoe. And look at his right foot. It's not even in his shoe. Yeah. So he should just throw the shoe off to the side. Stokes, who shot a 3 not too long ago, is off the mark. Could have shot a couple threes at Shelby in some tight spots, and if he makes this, hey,
that's a great fight, great hustle.
Sheila Stokes. There's shoeless Joe Jackson. There's shoeless Alex Stokes. Man, he still can't. There he is. He got it on. I do hate that when you're trying to put shoes on and like the back part, the heel part.
Oh
like,
yeah,
just
I mean
sticks
putting
in.
shoes on in front of people too. Everybody's watching.
Because
you struggle to put your shoes on at home by yourself.
I do. That's because I have a spare tire though.
You have to call your daughter and be like, hey, come help me put my shoes on.
Help my old man. So Dyer fadeaway, didn't adjust to the fade, and it was short on the air ball. Being dribbled around by Winklefoos, being passed around. Whoa, finds a big dog Mullins way off the mark.
Big boy's got 3 hits on in the JV game earlier.
Did he? Ball put up there by Winklefoos, finds his 4th point of the evening, 29-15 Marion Harding, halfway through the second quarter. Parker Iden sets up the offense. Iden taking 1-on-1, finds Stokes at the 45. Hands it off to Dyer. Ooh, Nauman probably could have been called for a 3rd foul, or to TTR. Shot. Ooh, and yep, he's going to get 2 shots as he was inside the arc. And, even down to kind of landed funny. See what happens. But it was it was a situation where when we saw the Shelby game, how do I say this? It was just hard for our subs to be productive, and you don't often ask for your subs to be the main force of production on a team. But it was just Shelby just took care of Harding, and Harding's having their way much easier tonight with Highland 29-15 to that note. But you were mentioning River Valley. Next game Harding has is at River Valley next Friday night. You know that's going to be an absolute dynamite environment.
Absolutely, and you know, like I just said, it's a fight for second place in the conference, and nothing to take lightly at all. And you play like you did against Shelby, it's gonna be you're in for a long night. Play like you have tonight so far, could go, you know, in your favor. Hopefully everybody's healthy. Hopefully everybody's focused. Kind of get 6 days off between games. And in basketball, you know, you typically play 2-3 games a week. Sometimes it's good for a team to have those 6 days off and really build and have some lighter practice at the beginning, you know, hard practice in the middle.
Speaking of, I have a feeling that Mr. Dyer might be done for the evening, as walked off the court on his own accord, but nonetheless, perhaps his services would not be as needed tonight. Knocked out by Katie. Second free throw's no good. What is the what's the free throw running right here?
Well, you know what? So far we're not a very good 2 for 7 on the night.
So 2 for 7. Ooh, long three there, threw him down there.
You know, not the best second quarter right here so far. You know, still got a nice 11-point lead, but and not the greatest of second quarters that I've ever seen.
Yeah, 10. So Highland scored 10 points here in the second quarter, and Harding's not been exactly as productive defensively. I agree. Ball tipped around, shot by Long was off the mark, rebound by Danger Ranger. Dribbles up the court. Steck looks around, finds Winkelfoos. Shoots a long three, and he finds the bottom.
Big time 3 for him.
Just like that.
Big time 3 for him.
29-21. And you kind of get the feeling Harding's got to stop some bleeding here and get something in the bucket, right? There you go. Nice change of speed, change of direction there by Parker Iden, and finds himself to the line. Usually a pretty reasonable, reliable shooter. Deep breath, lines himself up. Ooh,
and another missed one for the night.
And that is having you have coached against these presidents. And do teams talk about the free throw thing? Is that something that teams talk about? Is like, hey, they kind of struggle some of the lines sometime, or
you know, I will say for me the last few years, our big focus always was kind of team free throws. You know, I think free throws a lot of the times for other teams are just how hot and how cold they are on a given night. But when the evening comes, you're definitely tracking free throws and, hey, we want to foul this guy at this time, or don't foul this guy if we can't. And you look at those first half stats of how productive or unproductive they were from a free throw standpoint. But scouting going in, like I said, it's not something you really usually have an eye on.
Stokes drives, didn't really went too far down Euro step-wise underneath the basket, didn't have anywhere to go, gave it away. Left-handed layup there by Winkelfoos. Man.
I'm surprised there's no timeout call right at this point.
I mean, yeah, it's a 7-point game. You kind of things feel a little bit chaotic, don't they?
They do.
You kind of feel that. And Winkelfoos, ooh. Yeah, TTR is like, hey, that went off his leg. Yeah, but that could have been a foul. Again, do you want the foul or do you want... So, ball will remain with Highland. Ooh, that could have been a walk there by West, shuffling his feet a little bit. Long three again.
Man. And again,
sophomore Winkelfoos. He
does
is
not have a timeout right here.
I kind of can feel where that would be necessary. Again, that's what I mean. Highland plays Marion Harding tight. I know they won by 20 last game, but it took a little bit to get that gap, and they're a respectable opponent. Highland has a they have a lot of heart.
I will say, and I think it's a coached over thing. Gets his guys to play hard, and like I guess I've been around the last 2 years. Maybe that first game's a little ugly, but he responds and he plays well the second. He gets to play better the second time against the team, especially when you're on the road.
Wow, Winkelfoos cannot miss. He might as well just throw it up with his eyes closed. He is on fire right now, feeling it for sure. As again, where's that timeout, right? You kind of start wondering, well, do we get something going? Long goes to the block. And
that's big for Harding. You need that right there.
Big bucket. Very much needed to stop that bleeding and make it a 2-possession game. In the corner. Oh, my gosh. Big Brian Mullins even making the threes.
Told you, big boy can shoot.
Wow. TTR has the ball, approaching 10 seconds. Long is going to have the ball. Boston, high ball screen. Long splits the defenders, loses the ball. Seconds waning. And off the mark.
Man. That's a big second quarter for Highland.
Wow.
Big second quarter. Coach Stover, his team, they're feeling it right now. They're feeling good going in.
Yeah, there's going to have to be some major conversations defensively and offensive production-wise for Coach Pearson at halftime. Folks, we're going to be back for second half action here after a short break from Harding High School Telecom Production.
Throughout this course, cadets will focus on developing citizenship and patriotism. They will develop self-reliance and responsiveness to all authority, improving the ability to communicate well both orally and in writing. They will develop an appreciation of the importance of physical fitness. They will increase a respect for the role of the U.S. Armed Forces in support of national objectives. They will develop a knowledge of team-building skills and basic military skills. In addition, anyone taking the 1 to 3 years of this course grants cadets the ability to rank higher should they pursue a military career pathway. For more information, contact your guidance counselor or see Lieutenant Colonel Espinoza in room 234. Global logistics is the process of managing the flow of resources or goods between businesses and the consumers. In addition, global logistics analyzes the acquisition of goods, how the goods are stored, and the methods of transporting the goods within a supply chain. At Harding High School, we are proud to offer a 2-year class in the study of global logistics. In this class, students will receive an English credit for taking Logistics 1. They will also participate in multiple field trips, making connections through real-world projects with local businesses. These students will obtain Career Pathway Logistics certification, earning 12 credits for graduation. Students may also earn Lean Six Sigma certification, giving them a credentialed advantage in the job market. However, most importantly, logistics offers transferable life skills including communications, economic forecasting, workflow optimization, general management, and financial planning skills that will make them invaluable to any career they pursue. If you're interested in global logistics, don't hesitate. Talk to your guidance counselor or stop in to see Mr. Ellis in room 245 for more information. Welcome to Harding Telecom Digital Media. Unlike television, print, and radio media, which are all one-way communications, digital media creates an interconnected world of interactive communications that puts you in control of content creation and broadcasting. As a member of Harding Telecom, we have 3 ways of building your digital media skills. As an underclassman, you can take our semester-long class, Intro to Video Editing, where you'll be introduced to the latest hardware and software in digital media. Learn to create your own content with overlays, special effects, and audio processors. Your content will only be limited by your imagination. Telecom 1 is a year-long class that introduces you to the world of audio-video broadcast communications. Here you will learn how to operate video hardware and software, design sets, direct and produce events, and expand your editing capabilities broadcasting online and over our public access television channel. You will learn to produce daily news announcements and share your creations throughout our cable television and social media networks. Finally, Telecom 2 is our year-long class available for upperclassmen who have completed the prerequisite Telecom 1 class. Here you will produce and direct your own broadcast events. You will be put in charge of productions and lead other students through the introductory processes of media production. Many of our telecom graduates have gone on to study broadcast media in college and launched careers as television news and weather personalities, Emmy-winning editors for nationally syndicated television shows, and audio production engineers. So don't hesitate to schedule Harding Telecom Digital Media. Talk to your guidance counselor or see Mr. Mullins in room 201.
Sweet home Marion Harding as the Presidents are nursing a 1-point lead. That was quite the trepidatious second quarter there. Coach Sabo, what did you see? What do you think the Presidents need to do coming out here in the third quarter to kind of reestablish themselves?
I mean, you saw them struggle to make some shots. Easy bunnies, easy open three-pointers. Just got to be a little bit more confident in the shot going in. Play a little bit better defense, not let these Highland Scots get hot, because that's how they're playing right now.
Oh, that was one thing I agree. I noticed it was there was a lot of passive pressure put on shooters, and they just got hot. And instead of closing that gap, it just was not. You didn't see a very valiant effort putting a hand in someone's face. You know, there's just I didn't see that.
Right.
And offensively, though, what do you think the Presidents need to do?
I mean, it sounds easy, and it's not, but make open shots, right? You got an open three-pointer, make it. You get a layup opportunity. I mean, it's the simplest playing basketball, right? It's a 2-foot layup. I mean, we just got to make those. And when you struggle to do that, then the bunnies become harder, the mid-range shots become harder. Take a deep breath, make your shots, and then free throw-wise, we talked about it. I mean, we made 3 out of 9 the first half.
Yeah.
Got to be better with free throws.
33% is not going to keep you in very many games. Ranger passes the ball around to Rogers. Rogers finds himself entrapped there by Long. Puts it down the block.
This start of this third quarter is going to be huge because Highland's playing with momentum right now. They're hot. They're having fun down there. You struggle to start this third quarter. You let them hang around. Even if you start scoring some points and don't stop them, they're in for a dogfight throughout. And in Highland, they like dogfights.
Correct. And as West found himself with his 8th point of the game, and is Boston Pearson finds himself in double digits for the evening, gives Harding a 1-point lead. Coach Pearson barking out the orders defensively. Ball driven in there, kind of thrown up half-heartedly by Winkelfoos. Long ends up with the ball, drives towards the lane on the baseline, and somehow squeaks that through to Dyer. Dyer back to Pearson or to Thrapp at the top of the key. Thrapp enters the ball at the block to Pearson, who can't get the ball to enter. That's where the old-fashioned. I tell you what, that's where my high school coach was like, "You gotta bank it. You gotta." He'd rip off the bench. And long pass across the court. Young gets up off the floor.
That's good defense possession right there. Good job moving your feet. Intercepting the ball. Good team defense.
Thrapp finds Pearson. Pearson turns, then finding out to Thrapp in the corner. Back into Pearson. Double team collapses, and there's going to be a reach in.
That's
foul. Close.
That's a very
It's a high risk, high reward kind of play, collapsing like
that's
that.
the type of foul that Danger Ranger though. That's what he tries to do, you know.
Correct.
Play scrappy.
That's scrappy.
Yep.
Coming in backside, trying to snag the ball out. Dyer directs Thrapp as he will run the offense. Dyer dribbles around at the top of the key, splits 3 defenders, can't get the fall.
That's a good rebound. That's a good rebound. That's what you need.
Yep.
Gotta
Long
finish the
using
layups in the first place, but good job with the second effort.
using that athleticism, jumping in order to put that back, being driven in. Yeah, that was blocked. I was going to say that's either blocked or the worst shot in recorded basketball history.
I don't have anything to say for that one. I don't even know what to say.
Brick's going to enter the ball in. Ooh, and ooh. Good try by Long. Jumper off the mark. Thrapp with the rebound.
Highland's
Looks
gotten
up.
a little cold the last few possessions.
Right.
Definitely
and
helps Harding out a little bit.
Definitely cooled off as Dyer. I agree. Harding taking advantage of the cooler. Whoa, I spoke too soon. Cooper Young, tough shot. Almost behind the backboard, still found a way to bank it. Great shot there.
You listened to your old high school coach.
He did. Doug Savage is somewhere crying right now. Out of, I don't know what emotion, but he is. Dyer enters the ball, kicked out. So Harding up by 3. And you're right, Highland not as hot. And Harding able to make some crucial putbacks, much like against Shelby, how that kind of helped put him in the game. Long using that athleticism. Ooh, nice block
That's
there
a big
behind
time
by
block for
Rogers.
Highland.
Yeah, huge. Enters right on the elbow. Back out. West almost kind of tried to throw it in there like a dunk. Yeah, and there's a timeout. Yeah, he couldn't get rid of it, and Dyer's kind of going in there with a little bit of a gimp. Good timeout there. Folks, we're going to take a short break here. We will be back right after this timeout for Harding High School Telecom Production.
Don't hesitate with your scheduling. Contact your guidance counselor or Mr. Potcutter in room 249 for more information about launching your manufacturing career. The U.S. Army Junior Reserve Officers Training Corps is one of the largest character development and citizenship programs for youth in the world. Their mission is to promote character and leadership development focused on developing self-confidence, discipline, citizenship, leadership skills, and a sense of responsibility within the individual cadet. Throughout this course, cadets will focus on developing citizenship and patriotism. They will develop self-reliance and responsiveness to all authority, improving the ability to...
We'll have to look it up. And we're back here at Harding High School. Harding is, I'm actually surprised right now the ref just didn't blow the whistle and drop the basketball. So
You know, these
they
refs,
like doing it.
They are good people sometimes. They understand these are kids.
And, you know, again, Highland in here, the only win they had was the Battle of 61. They beat Mount Gilead by 10 points. So they're coming here. They're ready to fight. And honestly, the last couple losses that they've had, minus a game or two here, but a lot of their most recent losses were by 3 to 4 points.
Yeah, absolutely. They had a game versus Gallion mid-December. Went to overtime, then they ended up losing. Elijah Chapin at 41. So that's what it took, was a 41-point performance to be able to beat these guys. They play hard. They play all of them, Danger Ranger and all of them. They play scrappy, and it's worked out for them so far. And they've kept it close this third quarter so far.
And Harding just not able to finish the basket. But again, it sounds like an oxymoron. Like there's a good 1-12 record. Yeah, I mean they're not a bad 1-12. They're a scrappy team, and they just haven't been fortunate enough to finish the games. Long misses the first one. And he can't make the second one.
The poor free throw shooting continues.
You know, people don't realize if you miss, if you could just make 5 more, 5 more. I mean, it just changes the dynamics of the game, and Harding really, really needs that to add some and nurse them to his leads now.
Oh, man.
Just keeping him in. Nice backdoor play. Finds West, who lays it in for 9th point of the evening, and he's about ready to find himself in double digits. Thrap on the quarter.
Highland crowd, they're having fun. They're getting into it.
You're right. I mean, you see over there at Highland, their fans are they're smelling it too. And long.
You smell what Coach Silver's cooking?
Thrap goes into the left. Nice. Could not finish. And that's a tip and a nice shot there by Thrap. Just could not find
even
the bottom
Marquise.
of the
I mean, it's good effort. Great job getting up there. Just not knocking down.
Oh, my goodness.
And there we go. I mean,
Toby Rogers gives Highland the 2-point lead. And again, so this is just coming out of a timeout, right? So it's like, well, you can't just sit there and use all your timeouts either. So Harding has to play through some of this, and they've got to figure out how to get these lumps into a win. Dyer finds TTR, or long.
big time shot. Oh,
off the mark.
Good
Big
rebound. Big rebound.
Big rebound
There
and
you
put
go.
back.
That's what you need.
Boston Pearson, the big man. Opportunity, 3-point play. Now again, I hate to sound like a broken record, but this free throw is pretty important. So more than anything psychologically, just to watch a free throw go in. Free throw up and in.
There you go.
There we go. Gives the Presence a 1-point lead. Iden comes in for Dyer. And typically, yeah, he was grabbing him. Good call by the official. And, you know, when you put Iden in, you're getting you're getting a little more ounce of hustle. You're getting a little bit of a defensive. You're getting a little bit of a scrappier player than Dyer. So, speaking of, off a bad shot comes Iden. Or to Thrap at the 45. Around the horn. Finds Long in the corner. Looks. Drives in the lane. Drives in the paint. Can't get it. Because you know what my coach Savage would say? Bank it. I'm telling you, he's crying somewhere. He probably wakes up in cold sweats yelling bank it.
He's probably crying because he had you as a player back in the day.
I don't blame him. I cry because I had to deal with myself. Can you imagine that? I mean, seriously. I mean, it's one thing knowing me. It's another thing being me. Thanks, man.
Everybody deserves a hug sometimes.
Where's that 2-for-1 pizza?
Hey, we get some 2-for-1 pizzas up here, and you won't be the only one making the mistake on.
2:15 left in the quarter. Ball entered to Nauman. Given back to Brooks. Drives into lane.
That's
Left hand.
just a great sideline play.
Gives the Scots a 1-point lead. Thrap brings the ball up the floor. Harding setting up and something. Yeah, there we go. There's an offensive set. Ball in the dead spot there, even though it's man. Dyer goes right to the middle of the paint. Finds
That's a
Boston
great pass,
Pearson.
great finish.
Yes. That
That's
was a great
fun
pass.
basketball to watch right there.
Yes. So as soon as that backside help came, oh yeah. See, that's the thing. You're getting that from Iden. You're getting that extra scrappiness defensively, and just being smaller in stature, he struggles to do things often as he wants offensively. But what he does defensively has such great value.
Knows his role, plays it
does.
well, has fun doing it.
That's what he does, and that's why he's valuable. Long rainbow pass, finds Long. Please put that in. He does. as I have Long with 19 points at least. Oh, Ranger danger left completely alone. So that's the thing. You do all that work, and then you give up easy buckets like that.
You know, when you press, that's the danger of it sometimes. They beat it, easy layups, you know, but the risk has helped Harding a little bit this quarter.
But one thing Harding has had struggles with at times this season is getting back defensively, but they'll produce something great on the offensive end, but they don't get back defensively. Shot off the mark, rebound by Pearson. Does the game feel a little bit chaotic right now?
You know, for both teams, it has to a little bit,
yeah,
especially if Harding, you're kind of panicking. Highland is exactly where you want them.
But I do think, and this will be 2 shots here for Dyer. I think though, if it benefits anyone, if a run and game chaos, I think it would benefit Harding due to their athleticism. You get a guy like Long that's running around crazy, he's going to out-athlete everybody. So we'll see what happens, or if people just calm down. We are near the end of the quarter here. First free throw put up there by Dyer. And what Katie will bring here, I think Coach is kind of hoping that defensive presence, but also that effort right there. Speaking of that, he's reckless abandon. It's how he plays. Harding's got some scrappy guys too. Physical game. Ball given down to the corner. Finds Rogers off the mark. Stokes pokes it. Katie hands off to Long.
Momentum right before you finish the quarter.
And Long can't finish, but, shot is blocked. That's a great block. They can cry for the foul. That was a great block.
Right when you think.
You're right, though. Taylor, you're talking about the need to finish those and finish your bunnies and finish your 2-foot shots. That's a perfect example. Heave-ho, 3, off the mark. Harding's up by 2. I think we're setting up for a heck of a fourth quarter, folks. We will be right back for fourth quarter action from Harding High School, from a Harding High School telecom production.
Life skills including communications, economic forecasting, workflow optimization, general management, and financial planning skills that will make them invaluable to any career they pursue. If you're interested in global logistics, don't hesitate. Talk to your guidance counselor or stop in to see Mr. Ellis in room 245 for more information.
We're back here for fourth quarter action at Harding High School. The Presidents, here's the pizza down there. The Presidents beating the Scots by 2. And I know while we're waiting here as the refs getting ready, I think we all can agree that Diet Pop is just not good.
No, Diet Pop's not good. The zero sugar is the new wave.
That's the new wave of the future.
Pop. And better on the stomach, better taste. It's like Gatorade compared to water. It tastes better too.
Ooh, that's a trap.
Oh, he gave Coach Stover his timeout.
That was the most emphatic timeout call in referee history, ladies and gentlemen.
We talked about refs tonight,
listen,
but that ref
listen.
right there,
I thought
made that timeout
he
by
was
himself.
either going to come over and tee him up, or he was going to come over and punch the scorekeeper.
You know what?
And fortunately, it was a timeout.
So Coach Stover, he's notorious for getting that technical. The one thing I will say about him, and just look out this fourth quarter. He knows when the right time to get a technical is, to get his boys fired up, ready to play, and just kind of get them relocked and, hey, I got your back, you have mine. Always be ready for a Coach Stover technical at the right time. And
it'll be a 50-50 type
Yep.
play, yeah.
And sometimes, he gets it unwarranted, bad timing, but just keep an eye out for it. If that happens tonight, it's sometimes it really is strategy.
It is unorthodox, but it does work. Absolutely. As Highland has the ball around the corner, finds on the 45, shot off the mark was West, but Highland gets the offensive rebound. No second chances. Harding cannot allow that to happen. They don't have a very good track record of second chance. Oh, there's Katie. Nice effort.
The effort right there.
And see, here's what's good. Here's what's great. What'd Coach Stover do? Recognize, hey, man, great effort. Help up the other team's player.
Absolutely. And that effort right there, at the end of the day, it caused, Highland to get the ball back. But that's effort that you can't coach. That's going after the ball. Regardless, you love it right there.
Right. And Trey Katie knows as a senior, the clock is ticking. And so he's giving 110%. Dyer ends up with the ball off the side rebound and falls in the coffin corner.
Right where you don't want to be.
Thrap with the nice handoff, but finds underneath the basket. That's a tough angle. And brings the ball down. That gives everyone a chance to grab it.
Good.
Ends up getting fouled on a mercy.
Highland personal number 1, Toby Rogers. That's his second, team first. Checking in for the
Ball will be taken out underneath the basket. Harding sets up. And a very Dyer just kind of got pushed out to the side, blocked. Boston Pearson.
That's a good follow through.
Pearson in the right place, the right time in the follow-up. Sometimes it's not right place, right time. Sometimes it's just effort. Dribbled around is West. I'm sorry, not West. It was Reichenbach. Finds over in the corner. Nope. Ends up going to the top of the key. Young dribbles in, loses it to Stokes. Stokes finds himself in a 1v2. And he gets fouled. He gets bailed out on that.
This is where that new foul rule comes into it.
You
the
start
last quarter, your fouls are reset. This is what it all comes down to it. And you've seen the free throw struggles tonight. It's going to be a big, big factor the rest of this game.
Correct, and that's the thing. The free throws are only meaningful as much as they make them. And I don't know if that's been really effective offense for the Presidents tonight. Long with a tough inbound off the mark, but Thrap. Wow, big three-pointer there by Logan Thrap. Finds himself with, I believe, his 6th point of the evening. Dribbled around by the Scots of Highland. Young picks up his dribble and kind of puts himself in a bad position. And yeah, he picked up his dribble way, way, way too early. Rogers with the ball, fakes to the middle, goes towards the 45, pulls up. Again, gets a friendly roll.
That's a good move and a even better bounce.
Yeah, just I don't know, maybe he gets a half point for every time the ball hits the rim or something. So Thrap enters kind of fine. And again, there's Boston Pierce with the pushman. So, we were talking about that with Shelby, how a lot of one thing Harding does well is they do follow-up points. Picked up by Thrap.
Steal.
Lays it in for another two.
This is a quarter that if Harding would have played with the entire time, not much of a game. They wait to the last quarter to have it. But they've been aggressive so far.
Oh, that's a travel. Oh, man. Man alive. That was quite a slide.
I mean, he only slid about 2.5 meters.
Refs have to do something here. This is turning into open gym. This is, sheesh. That was as close to open gym basketball right there on that possession between fouls, sliding on the floor, push. But again, that chaos, I think that chaos is good for the Presidents. I think it will benefit them in the end. Stokes has the ball at the top of the key, gives off to Thrap. Rolling around in motion in the figure eights. Long has the ball at the top. Again.
This possession where you can, if you're Harding, waste some clock, get a big shot,
right.
Really start to put them away.
Yeah, you're up by 9. What's the rush?
Yep.
There's no rush.
And if you're Harding, or
And that's what you're seeing.
If you're Highland, get up in a squirrel. This is the time where, you start getting ready for some double teams, and
Ooh,
that's big time right there. That's exactly what,
Well, Dyer-
Harding needed.
that's a big shot by Dyer.
I'm surprised there's no coach over timeout right here.
I was just going to say, you almost wonder where the next timeout's coming. Yeah, I think. And Coach Stover's cheering his team on, but that's going to be a foul. Thrapp took a whack, and that's going to be the third foul on the Scots. They chased by 11 points. Everybody's favorite. Here comes Stokes coming out of the game. Change of rotation, body TTR in. And again, I think that's primarily for what you were talking about, Sabo. There seems to be a let's waste some clock, take care of the ball. But TTR says, I got it. His first points of the evening. Dyer's trying to draw. Oh, parents are going to be mad about that. So, here's the thing. He didn't have his feet set. Andy turned into him. Easy call by the officials. Nauman puts first one in.
Easy call. I agree with the easy call on that one. Sometimes it doesn't go the way we want to, but
it's
what they say, ball don't lie.
Sometimes they're emotional reactions. Do parents ever have emotional reactions?
Never.
I've never had to
Do
toss
coaches,
parents.
do refs,
No,
do players
no.
ever have emotional reactions to this game? Never.
Thrapp brings the ball down after Nauman makes both his free throws. Again,
That's what makes high school sports so great.
It is.
Our reactions.
Ooh! Long couldn't get it, and should have been a walk. But they say it's a foul before the walk.
The one thing I don't like, though, you let them play all third quarter. You don't change the way that you let them play the fourth quarter. And sure, some of these might be the right call, but if it wasn't that call that you got in the third quarter, there's just certain levels to it as we wind down these last 3 minutes.
Yeah, under 3 minutes to go. Harding is nursing an 11-point lead, and you almost feel like Highland has to. They have to score. Oh man, nice pickpocket backside by Thrapp.
Big layup.
Goes past Nauman. Logan Thrapp puts up. He is now in double digits for the evening. And Highland feeling that sense of urgency. Go on, say it.
And that is what you call an air ball. And that might be the game for Coach Stover and his Scots tonight.
It is. It wasn't necessarily about the miss. It was how it was missed.
Yep.
Just doesn't feel good.
That was the shot you needed to keep any momentum. And
right.
Harding played a great fourth quarter. Absolutely have pulled away now. And
yeah,
again, you play the entire game or 3 of your quarters like that, you don't have that rush in the fourth quarter.
Right, and you could see Pearson saying like, "Hey, let's call this." And hey, folks, John, let's stay here for the cheerleader so parents can watch that.
I don't know if he'll look at it like that.
And, Coach Sabo, we were talking a little bit back there.
Free pizzas?
No, the pizzas have made their rounds, and I believe the cupboard is bare. Sorry. But for Harding, obviously you want to take care of the ball, burn some clock. But I was mistaken, and the fans can see on the television. Look at them carrying around the boxes de la popcorn.
There's some pizzas on that tray,
I see
too.
it.
Oh, yeah.
I say, boys, come on over here.
Anyway.
John Mullins is going to buy some pizza. So, obviously, you want to take care of the ball here if you're the Presidents. Burn some clock. You don't have a shot clock. Use that to your advantage here. And you can already see it. They're already doing figure eights. They're just rubbing off screen. Burn some clock. If you see something available, you take it to the rim. But honestly, if you're Harding, if you're Harding right now, do you want to or need to take it to the rim, or do you just waste the clock?
Waste the clock as much as you can.
That's what I would
do. You get the
do.
wide open shot, you take it.
And yeah, they're gonna get Braden Benedict, junior guard, with the foul. Smart play by Thrapp, kind of doing a little bit of Academy Award job there. Finds himself at the line. And I think, clanks off the back of the iron. What is the free throw like right now?
Ooh,
percentage-wise?
Less than 50%.
Yeah, clearly less than 40%, and maybe even less than 30% now with the second miss. And ball's going to belong to Highland.
You know, it's going to be easy afterwards. Go in the locker room and talk about how you struggle with a Highland team that hasn't had a great record. You know, we've talked about the close games with them, but at the end of the day, as
Ranger danger.
Yep. You go in the locker room and you talk about how you ended this game with a great fourth quarter, good team effort, good team win, close game going throughout, and then you pull away, and there's a lot of victories in that as a coach and as a team, and getting your kids to buy into that. So the score ends up being bigger than what the game was. Great fourth quarter. Keep that momentum going forward as we continue this season that has been pretty productive so far. And
to finish this the right way, right? Keep your head.
Yep.
Keep your head. Don't do anything foolish. There's going to be some hard play here on the part of Highland. And so keep your heads, keep your mouth shut, play as a team, stay focused. Here comes the line change for Highland. Ball will be entered.
22 this freshman for Highland. Just want to give him some props. Really good JV game. He was fun to watch. He's got a bright future for the Scots.
Long three put up, off the mark. Cheerleaders cower away from the careening ball off the ground. And did Highland just substitute guys out and then sub them back in? All 4 or 5?
That is not a typical Coach Stover strategy, but new year, new team, new strategy.
Thrapp was open deep and decided to go for the easy one. Here comes the double team off of a full court press. Stokes will get 2 shots. I think he's just trying to keep people fresh.
Keep fresh. Foul trouble, obviously. You guys have guys that have more than 1, 2, 3, 4 fouls.
Marion's not even at Boston. He's like, should I challenge this? Oh, nope. Now you definitely can't go in. Whoa, that's close. Pearson almost got caught in a free throw violation right there, figuring out if he should stay or go.
We had that against Highland before a few years ago. Coach Stover's son was a senior playing for Highland. He pushed our kid into the free throw lane during it. Free throw violation on Galleon.
Yep. Off the mark of the second one. Stokes with 2 points for the evening. Ooh. Ranger passed off but couldn't finish it. Was Aaron West. Thrapp will bring the ball down. Euro step there by Stokes. Can't finish. Long. Brings it back out. Thrapp looks around, finds Pearson. He knows Nope, we're going to burn some clock.
That is the game. And that is a big response from that loss on Thursday to Shelby.
And honestly, some threat tonight.
Yep.
After quarter twos, 32-31. Quarter threes, 46-44. And here Harding came out, win by 14.
Yep.
Should win by 14.
Use that momentum as you go into River Valley next week.
Correct. And we know that is going to be the environment. So maybe perhaps not overlooked, but as usual, Highland came here and they made the Presidents work for this win.
Absolutely.
And that's what Highland does. They're scrappy, and their record does not indicate their skill in any way, shape, or form.
Like I said, that Coach Silver is going to get this team right the next few years. They keep growing. They keep playing like they do. They'll be a threat in the conference, against good teams. Be that upset special type of team. Coach Silver is going to have them ready the next over the course of time as these kids continue to grow.
Long will hopefully find himself in the second round of 10s with these free throws if he can make one. Give him his 20 points. And clanks off the back. 5 seconds left. Just a matter of formality. Caden Paz checks into the game. Freshman guard. For a little bit of mop-up action. And there's Marquise. Finds his second free throw in. Oh! Well, it's one of those things where it doesn't, they're going to say it doesn't count, but guess what we all saw here? We all saw him catch it and dunk it anyways. The points are just a formality after that. Folks, big victory here tonight for the Presidents. Maybe 17 points, maybe 15 points. Whatever you want to say, you decide, folks. It really doesn't matter. Change the result. And, again, as the Presidents go to River Valley next Friday night, which will surely be an outstanding game and one to look forward to. Folks, thank you for having us in your homes, your cars, your kitchens, your bathrooms, wherever, however, whenever you're watching us. Most importantly, folks, come out and check out these games. Watch these kids play. Buy some popcorn. Maybe they'll have some pizza, 2 for $1 that John still hasn't bought for us. But come out here and support these kids, folks. And these kids are out here to have fun and show off what they can do. Any last second thoughts there, Coach Sabo?
Did you just say to listen in the bathroom?
Sometimes people do their best thinking there. Folks, thanks for having us. And as regular, thank you for John Mullins in the Harding High School Telecom bringing this game to us. And for the rest of everyone else, have a good evening and go Prexies.